Hey everybody, this is Pat Jennings again from thebizseller.com, and this is the second video in our series of tips to help you buy the business of your dreams. This is the second tip, and the tip for this video is the idea that you want to determine a business's value based on its earnings, not on some rule of thumb, not on the sales figures of the business. And rules of thumb and valuation calculations based on sales are common in a lot of industries, but they don't really tell you what you need to know about the value of that business. And so you always want to, when you look at a company's financial statements and you want to figure out what this business is worth to you, you want to go straight to the earnings. And I'm going to give you the definition of what exactly makes up the earnings in a minute. But the reason you want to go to the earnings and not to the sales and not some random rule of thumb is that when you take over the business, you need to do three things with the money that the business brings in for you. You need to pay yourself a salary. You need to pay off on a monthly basis the debt, the money that you borrowed to buy the business. And ideally and hopefully, you'll have some money left over to expand the business and to execute your plan for growth. So how do we define earnings? Well, the definition that I want you to use, that I recommend, is what is called owner's benefit. And this is the calculation for owner's benefit. You take the company's annual pre-tax profit plus the salary for one owner. If it's a husband and wife team or partners, you take the salary for one of those owners. All of the perks and benefits, and we'll discuss those in detail in a minute, all of the interest payments and all of the depreciation that the current owner has paid. And you want to use pre-tax profits, and you want to include the interest payments because your tax situation and the amount of money you've borrowed and the amount that you're going to have to pay back and the amount you're paying in interest on your borrowed money, that's going to be different than the person you're buying the business from. So you want to take everything and include that in the owner's benefit. Pre-tax, include the interest, include the depreciation, and that figure will give you the gross amount of money that is made available to the owner. And different owners are going to spend that money in different ways. So that's why you want to go to this base number before you start your calculation, before you start your valuation. Now, one of the big things here, particularly with a smaller owner-managed business, they're operated in a way that's meant to minimize taxes. And so a lot of what is of benefit to the owner is really spent by the business on the owner. And that's where the perks and benefits come in. Things like an automobile. The person you're buying the business from may have the business paying for his luxury car lease at $600 or $700 a month. So that doesn't show up as profit, but it's a benefit to the owner. Now, you may not want an expensive car. You may not care to have the business pay for that, and that's fine. So that perk, that benefit that owner has been enjoying, that is not profit, it doesn't show up as profit, but it is a benefit to the owner. So you'd want to add the cost of that benefit back into your owner's benefit figure. Same thing with travel. Depending on your industry, there might be a lot of trade shows and things like that you could travel to if you wanted to. The person you're buying the business from may have been to Hawaii and Las Vegas and a ski lodge for different industry events. Again, that's not profit, but that is something that benefits the owner that the business is paying for. So the cost of those kind of things get added back into the owner's benefit. Same thing with retirement contributions, salaries that go to family members. A lot of people will employ their teenager for the summer at $25 an hour to do a job that you could pay somebody $10 an hour to do. So that extra $15, that's a benefit to the owner that doesn't show up as profit. You need to add that back to the owner's benefit. So the bottom line is, when you're valuing the business, it's the owner's benefit figure that represents the amount of money that the business makes available to the owner, and that's where you need to start your valuation. And we'll go into more detail on how exactly to value the business, but you always have to start with the owner's benefit, not with sales and not with some silly rule of thumb that has no basis in reality. Because you need to have money available to do these three things. If the owner's benefit figure isn't large enough for you to pay yourself a salary that you would be comfortable with, to make monthly payments to pay off the debt you'd have to borrow to buy that money, and have some money so that you can expand the business so that the business starts producing more for you. If the owner's benefit doesn't provide enough money for you to do that, then that's probably not going to be a business that you want to buy. Now, if you found any of this helpful, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking the subscribe button in the upper left-hand corner, or you can click the like button in the lower left-hand corner. If you have a question or a comment about your particular situation, maybe there's a business that you're looking at, you can enter your questions in the comments section, and we tend to base our videos on the questions and the feedback that we get from viewers. And so I will talk to you in our next video. And until then, you can visit thebizseller.com at the link at the beginning of the description section below, and you can look at all of the businesses that we have that are for sale by owner. All our businesses are for sale by owner. And again, that link is at the beginning of the description section below. And I will talk to you in the next video.